Get over here, Ray. Where have you gone, Ray? No, she were hunting me. Yep, she got me from behind. Shush, Ray, you don't tell. You little get, Ray, you just reset me. Where have you gone? I'm getting you back for that. Where you at? There, you've swapped your character again. These computer guys are running on spot. They were camping in that room right outside of that door. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 I watched the video, then you were stood in the corner of the door. Watching me and Ray trying to get you sneaky little from behind kill. Oh, who just done that to me? Ah, computer. I got stuck on summit. Nearly 8 years now. Yeah. Nearly 8 years. And I can't find my axe.
Person knocks me out like crazy.
I heard you coming up. I heard you coming up behind me. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you got me right in the head.
Oh, so you was checking them, Ray. You was checking then. You definitely did. That's why you said, how? I've just tomahawked her. Because you was checking who was in the lead.
The game's good.
Yep. Yeah.
Welcome to the stream.
I'm not bothered. Yeah, yeah. I can't change the map.
No.
Tony left the party. I'm guessing he's going to sleep. You too.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, you've left as well. Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm not bothered.
Yeah, no worries.
There'll be trouble if I'm spotted here.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really. I think people are waiting for the new one now. Because this did get a lot of bad reviews, didn't it, off people? Oh shit! We'll go with that. Oh, what is this online?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought we was offline. Yeah, yeah, I'm right with that. I think I might go where I like to go.
Right, follow us.
I just run round me.
Surveyor spawn traps.
Oh, what the shit? Are you spawn trapping now? Oh, shield. Could have said Reaper. He's camping behind that shield. Little camping son of a bitch, where you at? Well, they're all camping round that shield pretty much. 3 of them. No, it's 3 round it. And then there were some others running when they killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need something, stranger?
When they can't move, I think it's pretty bad.
In my life. Those vermin, they profaned my holy souls dedicated to the gods.
Slow down. Who insulted you?
The military commander hired me to
I
'Cause
disabled
when you
the
come
shield
across
so you can get
some
past.
that are cheating and they spawn trapping you. As soon as you spawn, you just drop dead.
profaners.
That's when it's like just
And of
too
course,
far,
you
I
want me
think.
to kill him.
It's not an easy task, but yes, the Spartan must be killed.
He's banged his shield down again.
I'll take care of it.
Wise Zeus, thank you, Mistios.
Here.
Behind you.
Off we go.
Yeah. We're lit up now for them.
I've never seen so many olive trees.
Mistios, we're having trouble finding fresh blood to defend against those slimy Athenians. Well, fresh blood that knows which end of a sword to hold.
I've made it this far, haven't I?
That's
He's
the
gonna get me
spirit.
with his dart, I
What do you
reckon.
say?
Yep.
Interested in raising a shield for Sparta today?
I knew he was gonna get me with that dart.
Sparta has my sword and all my strength behind it.
Glad to hear it. May
Oh,
Ares favor us today.
That's right. He'd have known me either way, wouldn't he, if he had him in corners that talk for him. He just died anyway for doing that.
Yeah, there's one hiding in that bathroom. Or whatever it is. Did nobody else like that game?
No.
I did, badly. Kept coming up, connection interrupted.
I've got a clunk myself. I think it's all that coffee we drink.
Oh wow.
He's a bit of a dickhead though for writing that in your stream. He could have messaged you. Yeah. 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 That's so stupid. Yeah. I think that's why he commented on my video before when he was trying to be a prick. Yeah, before when we played Jason, and he commented said no sound if you remember. But when you check, you said there is sound, so I don't know why he's put that. I deleted his comment anyway.
What did he write in Ray's live stream?
He said about
Yeah. Irrelevant.
he come in, he put, "Hi, I'm new here," and then he put, "This really old game." Then he started putting GG. Then he said, "Oh, nice, cool." Then after that, because they weren't speaking back to him, he put, he like said, "Oh yeah, I see how it is now. Now your cousin, you fell out with your cousin, but now you're back speaking. You don't want to know me." It was something like that, basically. But it was being
What
a
an
cheeky
arsehole.
fucker.
Yeah.
I don't mind streaming with anybody. I love streaming with everyone. It's really good outreach. Like, it's branching out. Like,
Yeah.
your subs are nice to me. I'm nice to your subs, and my subs are nice to you guys. That's just how it's supposed to be. We're all gonna grow together.
That kid is a weird little shit who comes in your stream.
Yeah,
12
that's
year
the
old,
weird
I'm
shit
gay.
that I get.
I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah, it was weird, dude. He's like, I don't know
He
how
says
to...
that every one of your streams. If you go back and look at your chats, he's said it in so many. "Oh, my boyfriend's sleeping. I've got to go. Oh, my boyfriend's awake. He said I can stay." I'm thinking, this kid's off his fucking head.
Yeah, if you... Ebony was in there
now.
when
I
he
just
came
went
out.
to kiss my boyfriend.
Yeah, Ebony was there
weird.
when he came out. He said, "Ray,
Yeah.
I gotta say something, it's a secret." And I'm like, what? I'm like, what in the world, dude? That's weird. But...
Weird little kid.
If you notice, I just go with it, like, oh, alright, like...
Yeah.
like, I guess. It's weird because, I'm not gonna lie, like, normally I don't hate on people, but before the past, like, 2 to 3 years, I used to be a big homophobe. But now I'm starting to, like, now I'm starting to be alright, like, with it. Well, that's crazy. When I was in school, I was using the restroom, and the gay kid that was in our school, he walks up to me, he says, "Hey, can I watch you pee?" I'm like, alright, this is it. Like, yeah. So I look, I said, yeah, I said, you look at that wall or you walk the fuck out of here. I'm gonna whoop your ass either way. And so it was, yeah, that made me be like homophobe. Like, I'm like, I still use the bathroom stall instead of using a urinal. To this day, like, I'm like, I don't know who's all gay in here. I don't need them like trying to look at my shit. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
If you don't rub it in your face, then it's all right.
That's what it's like now. Like,
yeah.
it is plastered everywhere. You turn on the TV and the adverts about gays. I don't know if it's same in America, but it is in the UK.
It's not normal though to be gay anyway.
On adverts, you watch the British soaps, and in EastEnders, they have literally turned everybody gay. People that have been in
straight, and then all of a sudden they're queer.
Straight, yeah. In straight relationships for the past 20 years have come out now and saying that they're gay. I mean, the soap writer is... We understand that there's gay people out there. You don't need to plaster it in our face. Like, you know, we understand that. But the other thing is, like, this LGBT thing that they do, there's a lot of homophobic attacks. So they're trying to plaster it out there to make people not be homophobic, but they're actually getting the gays, lesbians, bisexuals beaten up by plastering it out there, by doing these parades for LGBT and stuff. People are going and beating them up because they're homophobic. So really, they're not helping anyone either way. They're not helping the homophobics become un-homophobic.
Well, and that's what they're doing. They know what they're doing. The governments, they're playing all of us because they know that if they have all of our attention looking at this little circus going on over here, we're not going to notice all the other shit that they're pulling over here.
Yeah, but the government's are dicks anyway, aren't they? Let's be honest. They always tell people to smoke, and then now, oh no, don't smoke, it's bad for you. What the fuck? Make your mind up.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
the government's playing you since the day you were born.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely. And that's kind of how I see it, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but racism is going the opposite way, like, around America.
Yeah.
Or just like, what is the big deal? If it's just a military base, why is it a big deal that someone can't look at Area 51?
Yeah.
Any other military base, you can take a tour. How come you can't take a tour of Area 51 if it's just a military base?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's
got the
true.
fucking alien locked up there, mate.
They have a lot of shit that people say.
Yeah.
Sean believes there's an alien in there.
I'm telling you now, they're covered it up.
There has to be something in there.
Yeah.
Either
There has to be
that or...
something, yeah, for it to be so
If the
secure.
president
there has
can't
to be
even
something.
fucking look in there, and he's most powerful man.
Yep.
Have you guys seen the story about this guy that was a scientist who worked in Area 51 long ago, and he experimented on his daughter, and his daughter got mutated, her skin started rotting and everything, and she became into like a monster, and they closed down one area of Area 51, and whenever they would pass by there, they would hear screams of her, and there's like so many soldiers like keeping guard there, making sure that she won't get out.
There's been real life documentaries on Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some of them.
It's freaking nuts what they got going on. But yeah, they keep waving all this stupid shit in our face. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the race card is going flip-flop on us here in America. And I'm not racist one bit. I got nieces and nephews that's black and stuff like that. But the only issue we're running into is you got BET, that's a black entertainment. You got McDonald's 360, that's a black McDonald. Like, that's McDonald's for black people. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? Yeah, you can look it up on the internet.
It's called,
look up
it's called what?
It's 360 McDonald's or some shit like that. It's just look up the black McDonald's page.
So you can't go in there.
No, you can, but it's all about it's like straight up for like the black people. That's the way it's set up. It's well, I don't know like what all's in it. Like I'm like I'm not gonna sit here and keep looking through this shit. Like it's crazy. It's racist, and it's going backwards. It's definitely is because they're sitting here every time that we say something about the race issue. They say, "Oh well, you're racist." It's like, no, we're just simply saying it's backwards. If I would say that out there, they'd be like, dude, you're fucked up. You're a racist son of a bitch.
Same over here, that.
It's like,
in the UK, you can't sing Baba Black Sheep anymore.
That's crazy.
That nursery rhyme we were all brought up on.
Yep.
When we were at nursery, and we can't teach our kids that. We've got to change it to rainbow sheep or white sheep.
Oh, what was
like
that?
A whiteboard is still a whiteboard, but there's no such thing as a blackboard anymore.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
can't say
chalkboard.
that.
You have to call it a chalkboard. Like, I'm sorry, but how come you can call a whiteboard and you can say Baba white sheep?
Yep.
How is that not racist to white people?
It makes no damn sense. It seriously don't.
But
the government
it's
just
not
like
racist if you ask me. A blackboard is a blackboard. Baba black sheep is a black sheep, so it's not racist. That's just a thing. That's what it's always been. Yeah, that's what it's always been. So just because of it's classed as racist. It's a fucking object. It's not like you're calling a black person black when you say, "Can I write on the blackboard?" or you're not Baba black sheep. You're not calling a black person black. You're talking about a fucking object. So how the fuck is that racist?
Yep.
But there's literally in the UK there's no freedom of speech anymore. You've just got to watch what you say.
And here, like they say freedom of speech, but it's like, wait a minute. I can't say anything about, like, I can't say gay, I can't say this, I can't say that. It's like everything you say is political. And that's the one thing I try not to do on the stream is try to make sure that we don't go into
religion,
religion and politics.
Yeah.
Like I know, like to tell you the truth, when I said that I wasn't trying to be mean on the when I brought up the Trump deal. I know a lot about politics. I watch a lot of YouTube. If you guys notice, I know a lot about everything. Really, it's crazy. Before I got to see you guys stream all the time, I watched a lot of YouTube. I know how to run a bee farm. I don't know why, but I do. I don't ever plan on running a bee farm, but I know how.
Yeah, I bet it's so good money in it.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy too. To tell you the truth, you can go up to the tree, you can collect the bees from it and put it in a box. It's legitly super easy. But yeah, like I learned so many crazy things while I'm sitting there. And then once I started watching you guys, I kind of like was able to weed myself off of the news and shit like that, and all the documentaries I watch.
Over here, you know, the swimming baths on a Thursday, it's just for Muslim women. Like, so the white guys can't go there, the white women can't go there, the Pakistani men can't go there, only the women can.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yep. Tell me about it. So if you plan on going swimming on a Thursday, you can't.
There is no pubs. There's no pubs because the pubs are shutting down because there's no business, because you can't smoke in the pubs. You've always got to go outside, but you can't take your drink with you. You've got to leave your drink in the pub while you go outside for a fag. Like, somebody could drop anything in my drink, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then, but all the pubs have been shut down because of these reasons, and they've all been bought up by Pakistanis and turned into mosques.
Holy shit. Fuck that.
Our
have you not got mosques over there?
We do. The crazy thing is we actually, me and some of my decided to go into one and get a tour of it. And while we were there, we decided to kind of, after the tour, like we didn't do that before the tour because we didn't want to get kicked out too soon. We decided to ask questions about the Quran and shit like that. They weren't too happy.
Yeah.
Because we pointed out about 5 or 6 different things that's in the Quran that they were saying was not. And like the pillars, they got pillars in the Quran that they talk about, and pretty much one of the things that they have is killing one American is killing one American is a lot better than killing 1,000 Muslims.
Yeah, that's
so
over here.
Yes. So pretty much it's not that big of a deal if you kill an American, but if you kill a Muslim, that's horrible. Like.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But let's be honest, who is it that's killing Americans, British?
Yep.
All these other
Muslims.
Nationalities. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And that's where we're running into the issue is everybody's trying to protect and that's another issue you guys see about Mexico. The only issue we have is we've been having the issue with Mexico for so long. Look how fast we took out ISIS because they're terrorists. The only reason why people want to come from Mexico to the United States is because their family's dying over there, and they don't think it's safe because of the cartels. So why the hell do you keep allowing the cartels to be down there? Even the Mexico government, like the Mexican government, they're all part of the cartel. So that's a group.
They're all in the bribes.
Yeah, that's a group of terrorists running that country. So I'm sorry to tell you, don't put the wall up. Take it back.
Yeah.
Even the Catholic Christian churches over here have been bought up and turned into mosques.
That's shitty. No, if America was smart, they would take and we would take Mexico back. We could rip down that border. You don't have to pay for the big border, and you charge everybody taxes the same. You get rid of the cartel, you get rid of the drugs, and boom, you just saved. But that's why they don't want to. That's why people wouldn't want me in presidents, because I wouldn't take and put a wall up. I would just get rid of the fucking problem. Like,
Yeah.
it only makes sense.
Get rid of the problem.
Yeah, it only makes sense.
We do still have some pubs, but they're like pubs that you wipe your feet on the way out.
Because they're that bad.
Like, yeah, they're that bad. Like, I don't even know how half of them are still open.
That's
because
crazy.
they are absolute shithole pubs.
The ones in Manchester aren't bad.
I was telling my wife
Manchester's a
I
big
was
city
always
though,
wanting to
innit? So
open.
it's
Like, what do you guys think if like an American store, like a restaurant, would open up out there, like a bar or something? You guys call them pubs, we call them bars. Think it would like be a big thing, like since it's American, or would it be like? Because the reason why I'm asking what we do out here is we don't allow smoking in the bars, but what they do is they get fenced. You get fenced in areas around the bar. You're allowed to go outside in the fence and smoke, but you can't get into the fence from the outside. So pretty much.
Some of the pubs here have them like a smoking shelter sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the pubs over here have them. Some others you've just got to go outside the front door of the pub and smoke.
Fuck that. That's crazy. That's not worth it. No,
To be
that's
honest
crazy
with you,
that it's all turning into mosques.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans have said like, oh, I'd love to travel to the UK and go and see it, and the only thing that attracts tourists to the UK is the royal family. If you travel to the UK and got off at Manchester and then you explored the north, it's a shithole. If you explored London properly, it is a shithole.
Yeah.
The only thing that attracts a tourist is Buckingham Palace, the royal family. But if you actually explore the UK, there's nowhere that you can go which is a nice place.
That's wild.
Unless you've got like millions and millions of pounds that you can just go, like buy a field in the middle of nowhere and build an house on it, then you've got to live in a shithole.
Damn, that sucks.
Like,
you guys probably haven't even seen America. Hell.
It's actually British tourists. A lot of the British have actually moved abroad because the UK is more full of different nationalities than what it is British.
Yeah.
So a lot of British have moved to like Spain and France and stuff like that because we are just overrun with other different nationalities. And the worst thing about it is the fact that we're in the EU. This is why we're trying to get out of the EU.
That's what the Brexit's for.
Out.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling my wife about. Is I was like, that's great for them because it's that all those motherfuckers can't keep coming into your fucking town. It's bullshit.
Yeah, because Brussels keep like you've got people trying to swim across the border to get into the UK. Like immigrants. That haven't even got a visa to be here.
From Syria and whatnot.
Yeah, and Syria and stuff. And when we're going to pick them up to take them back, Brussels are saying to us, no, you've got to take them. You've got to take them in. Well, our country's already overrun. It's literally on its last legs. Like, we can't take any more in.
Then they're breaking
so that's why we all voted out. We want our country back.
That makes sense. Like, I was like I said before I met you guys, that's the kind of stuff I was researching. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was watching the news one day and I heard about Brexit, so I decided to go and actually look at all of it. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, it's actually good for you guys that shit happens.
But we've got one guy trying to stop it, Jeremy Corbyn, the old cunt.
Yep.
Yeah, one MP. He keeps trying to stop it. But Boris Johnson, who's in now, is trying to get us a no deal. He wants to go back and say no deal so we can have our country back. But Donald Trump has said that he will go into trading with the UK.
If we leave with no deal.
If we leave with no deal. But none of us British actually know what's going on because they keep saying he's going to have to accept a deal or leave with no deal. But when he goes back, and says to the House of Commons that he wants to leave with no deal, they're telling him no, you need to go back and try and get a better deal. So like they're basically still trying to keep us in the EU. I think we pay like, how much is it, Sean? Is it like 300 billion or something a year to Brussels?
Yeah, fuck that. That's what I was remembering. It costed a hell of a lot for you guys for that shit. It makes no damn sense.
Yeah,
No,
plus they're running our health
It's
service
crazy.
over here, Russell is.
Fuck
They're
that.
telling us what we can
It's
do and
like-
what we can't do.
There's
Ed's got an X on
a
her
woman
mic,
that's
so I'm
always on the
thinking
news.
She won't be able to talk.
She,
she just got an X on her mic in the
she's
party.
a Pakistani, and when she was
Is she
15, you've probably seen this, she wanted to join the ISIS. So she's gone to Syria and she's joined the ISIS. She married
she's talking.
She married an
There's
ISIS
an X on her mic
man,
in the party
and
for some reason.
she had children to him at the age of 15. He got killed over there because he was part of the ISIS. So
Damn.
now she's begging, please let me come back, please let me come back. So the country said, no, you're not allowed to come back. Britain said, you know, they've revoked her
I'll
of
see you guys later.
any way
I'm
of getting
gonna
back
go chill
into
on
the
Netflix.
UK, so
It was
she
nice playing
can't.
with you guys.
Well, only the other
You too,
week,
Reaper.
she
Alright, guys.
had a
Have a
son,
good day.
You
and
too, see you
I
later.
got a Reaper.
Have
See
a
you
good
later,
one, Reaper.
Bye.
She had a son, and her son died. And her family are saying that, because her family is still in the UK, that she has a right to come over here and bring her
that.
son's body over here so she can bury her son over here because he's British. Please, you tell me, Ray, how is that baby British if he was born in Syria? His father was killed in Syria because he was part
His
of the
father
ISIS.
was Syrian.
His mother's Pakistani. Like, how is that child British
That
if he
makes
wasn't
no
even
fucking
born in the
sense.
freaking country? He
Yeah.
weren't born in the country, so
Well-
he's not British.
That was the crazy thing because the reason why, like, a lot of people don't understand it. I voted for Trump, and the reason is because I started looking into Hillary's past. So what it was Hillary's fucking right-hand woman. I can't think of her name. She had her friend's husband was a child molester or whatnot, but her friend ended up taking, and she was connected to the Syrian Brotherhood or whatnot, and they couldn't really completely connect it, but at the same time, if you look at everything else that was going on in the world, it was all coming, like, it was conclusion. And everybody here in America, they're so pinned about this racist shit and about the homophobe, they're not even paying attention to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys hear, they're starting to try and say no more guns and shit like that. The funny thing about it is the assault rifles. They say no more ARs, and AR does not stand for, like, automatic. Like, they don't understand what the guns are. They don't know what they're talking about.
They're just babbling shit.
Yeah, they
That's,
are. What it is when they... Huh?
Is that Hillary Clinton
Yeah. And...
that you on about?
Yep. Pretty much Hillary Clinton, pretty much all of them, they want to get rid of the guns. And I'm like, no way in hell. I'm not getting rid of my gun. That's the reason why we don't want to do it, is because it's happened before. We know what the fuck's going to happen. But we got too many sheep here in America that they got their fucking blindfolds on and they think that they know best, and I'm like, no way in hell. Another thing is I've been complaining about if I see a man, because right now they have it to where a man can go into the women's restroom over here.
That's bad, that.
He can claim to be the opposite sex.
Transsexual.
Yeah. And we can't do nothing about it. Like, you can't arrest them or anything.
I don't know how you'd get on in the UK then, because we're not allowed guns.
Well, I said on my Facebook, I said, well, if I ever see a man walking out of a fucking woman's restroom, I'm gonna punch him in his fucking throat.
Oh,
And-
speaking of that, I don't know if you have Tesco over there. I think
No,
it's called
it's-
Texaco or something in it over there.
What is
No,
it?
they have Walmart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No,
They stopped selling ammo.
Walmart's like Asda.
Your
Our Tesco, I'm
supermarket,
not
then.
too sure if they've got it. But I went into Tesco when I was, I think, 15. Oh wait, no, I was with you, weren't I, Sean? So 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I were in a relationship with Sean at the time, so I was 16. And I went into Tesco with my little sister, and we walked into ladies' toilet. This is a supermarket like Walmart. It's the supermarket. It's Tesco.
Yeah.
Walked into the toilets with my little sister.
Fuck that. Yep.
When my little sister had done, we walked out, and she said, "Why didn't you go to the toilet?" I said, "If you ever walk into a public toilet like that again, and there's a man in the ladies' toilets, you do not go to the toilet. You walk out."
Yeah.
And she said, "Right." So we went to the security guard and to the customer service desk, and I said, "There's an Asian man in the ladies' toilets. He's doing nothing. He's just stood in the ladies' toilets. He's the only one in there." So this customer service said, "Oh, all right, report it to security." So I went to security, I told the security guard, and he said, "Oh, all right then." So I said, "Well, are you going to do anything about it? If a woman walks in there, there's a man in there, anything could happen."
Yeah, that's what I say.
They never did anything about it, they just left him in the ladies' toilets.
Well, and that's what
That's
what I told my cousin.
Like, I was 16, so my little sister was like 8 or 9. If I'd have said to her, "I'm just going to get some bits and bobs, you run to the toilet," she'd have been in the toilet on her own. Luckily, I went with her.
Yeah,
and that's with some older man in there.
That's what I told my cousin, because my cousin, she attacked me for it. She said, "Are you fucking kidding me? I can't believe you're going to say that. You don't know what it's like to be, and you don't understand." And I'm like, "Hey, I'll tell you now. I'd rather take and accidentally punch some transgender in the fucking throat." Well, and this is a thing. Trans will probably notice that they're transgender. They're going to be cross-dressing. Yeah. It's not going to be like, I'm just going to start punching every random person that walks out of that fucking bathroom. But if I see an actual fucking man walk out of that bathroom, if I can tell it's a man, Adam's apple, you bet I'm going to fucking punch him. Like, that's just what I'm going to do. They don't belong in the bathroom. You can't be pissed off at me for it. And that's another thing
I
is...
won't use public toilets now. If I go shopping with Sean and stuff, if I actually really am busting for a pee, I always use the disabled toilet, because you can go in, lock it, and it's a single toilet on its own. Like, I won't go into public women's toilet because that shit could freak me out. Like, there's no way.
What I'm waiting for is them to start doing hate crimes on everybody for hitting. Like, if you hit somebody and they say that they're transgender, that can be a hate crime.
Yeah.
Or if they say that they're gay, it's so easy to claim that you're gay right now. It's fucking horrible. So if somebody punches me and I want them to get, like, the extra fucking time on them, I just be like, "Hey, I'm gay, by the way," and he knew it. There you go. You just added time to their fucking shit. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I bet you guys never thought about that shit. My mind goes fucking far. I think outside of the box big time. Like, but that's the kind of shit that goes through my mind. If I hit somebody, are they going to claim to be gay?
If somebody hits me, I should just say, "I'm lesbian." It was a homophobic attack.
And that it'll work. Yep. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah, that is messed up.
Straight up a hate crime. And a hate crime will get you a lot worse than just assault and battery.
How long in America do they get for rape?
3 years.
And depends on the case.
Is that it? Well, over here you only get like 6 months, if that.
Yeah. Which I
Because,
because if you get caught selling
Asian
drugs, you can
man
go in for life.
who raped a 15-year-old girl who was going shopping, and he only got 6 months. And he bashed her and nicked the phone off her and the money.
That is so bullshit. Because if you get caught selling drugs, you can go away for life, but if you're sitting there raping kids, you're only getting a slap on the wrist. So bullshit.
It's like over there though, if you kill somebody, if you go out and kill somebody, you get sentenced to life. You ain't getting out of prison. Like, you're in there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Over here, you're lucky if you can get 12 years for murder. Like, I could go and kill Sean and I'd be in prison for about 12 years and then I'd get out.
That's
and I'd be
crazy.
able to walk the street again.
Yeah, but
it's like there's so many people that have killed, gone to prison, come back out and killed again.
Yeah, it's
that's
just a slap on the
immigrants coming out.
Well,
yeah,
that's what they do with
ridiculous.
kids around here. What they do with the kids is, if you're under a certain age, pretty much they're not going to try you as an adult. So if you take in, what drug dealers do is they send a bunch of little kids out to sell the drugs, and the kids will only get slapped on the wrist, as the adults would actually be put away for life for selling drugs. So you're better off sending your kid out to sell the drugs than to send yourself. So that's what they normally do here to bypass that. And I'm like, that's so bullshit. Like, how is that okay? Another thing that they do is, for Mexico, that's another deal that you would solve if we would just take it back, is all those people that's jumping the border. This is what happens. To jump the border, you need a coyote. Somebody that can take you from Mexico to America. Desert in between both places. The coyote has a set route to make it there. Wow, that got loud.
Really loud.
But what happened was, they got the coyotes going. You pay them $5,000 to begin with to get to America, and then when you finally get to America, the coyotes, which is cartel, they'll look at you and say, "Hey, this is not enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your girl here, and we're gonna use her until the money's paid off, and then we'll let her go." That's where they get the sex slaves from, is by the cartel. And the funny thing is they're actually running from the cartel. They're all trying to escape there because of the cartel. The cartel is helping them escape. While helping them escape, they take all the women and put them inside of the sex slavery. And then, if you guys notice, Trump keeps splitting the kids up from the parents. A lot of people say that's fucked up, but the only issue is you don't know who they are. They could kidnap as many kids as they want and bring them to America, and you're just letting them get away if you keep them together. Now, yeah, there's some times where they're separating kids from their parents, but at the same time, why are you bringing your kids across the border? You know it's not safe.
Is it bad over there though for like corrupt cops?
Decently. It depends on where you're at. Like, I see it like this: corrupt cops are kind of like every other job you have. Every job you have shit workers. You're gonna have shit workers no matter where you're at. It just depends on how many you're gonna have.
How old are you, Ray? Are you 30?
I'm 29. Yeah, I'm
29.
going close.
So
yeah.
you've probably heard about a case of a little girl called John Benet Ramsey, haven't you?
Yep. Know that
The
one
Beauty
really
Queen.
well. Yep.
Yeah, I did a lot of research on that because I'm into stuff like that.
If I remember right, Ramsey was from Indiana also. I think that's what I heard.
But they lived in Boulder, Colorado.
Yep.
She had very rich family, and she got killed on Christmas Day, at the night of Christmas Day. And her body was found in the basement of the house. There were a ransom note that was proved that her mother had wrote it.
Yeah.
And it was her dad that actually went down to the basement. When the cops was in the house, went down to the basement, picked up a body, took it upstairs and put it on the rug in the living room.
Wow.
When the police told him not to touch that body because he was tampering with evidence.
Yeah.
Well, her killer has never been found. And after all the research I've done and the documentaries that I've watched about it, I think that there was a corrupt cop case in, or there was there's something not right with that case. Like, they are convinced that somebody broke into the house and killed that little girl, but
where the corruption starts, where the corruption starts,
they've got money.
Yep, and that's what it is. Where the corruption starts is, it starts with the police. The police corruption is like the small crimes, like the drugs and shit like that. Pretty much the cops, like out in Boston, you see it a lot. The cops will take your weed, and instead of taking and arresting you or giving you a fine, they'll just take it and smoke it. So it depends on where you're at around what laws they would break and get away with. But if you get a DUI out here, which driving while intoxicated, what you do is you would go to the court. Well, you would go get a lawyer that knows the judge. You would tell the lawyer that you're willing to pay the judge to get that off of your record. That way you don't even have to go into court. You're already paid off. It never hits your record that you had it. And that's what a lot of people do. So pretty much everybody here is corrupt. You got the police, you got corrupt people, you have the judges that's corrupt, you have the higher up people in the government's corrupt. It's all fucked. That's the crazy thing.
I noticed something else with that case, or when I did the research, is that nobody in America who know about that case and who know that family will talk about it. Like, interviewers went and knocked on the door like years and years later and asked, "We're investigating this case. Is there anything that you know?" And they've just turned around and said, "Nobody talks about that round here," and shut the door in the face. Like, what are those neighbours and whatnot thinking? In, you know, like, do they think that it was the family that killed her? Do they know something?
They know, they probably know people are corrupt around there, and if they do talk, it might get back to them. That's another thing. Like out here, if you see a crime out here, like in a certain neighborhood that I lived, it was the worst part of town. If you see somebody get shot or you see somebody get stolen from, you don't say anything, because if you do, you're the next one that's gonna get shot. You're the next one that they're gonna attack. They'll know who did it. Everybody talks, and that's the issue, is they're gonna find up killing you. So a lot of people don't speak about crimes because of that. And that's pretty much how it was on the south side of town. I've seen people steal lawnmowers and shit like that, and people are like, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, no clue. Even though you do, you still don't want to claim up to it, because as soon as you say you do, they have you as a witness. Whatever trouble that person gets into, they're going to be super pissed off at you. You just let it go. Yeah. But that's pretty much how it all works out here. There's corruption all over, and that's kind of why I am the way I am with like my job and shit. Like, that's why I'm part of the union. Like, I know the corruption's everywhere, and I'm so tired of working for this government, because it makes no damn sense. There's people that sit on their ass and they get food stamps as I go to work and bust my ass. They have a house as I'm sitting here busting my ass at work. I see people going on vacation. They go like a 8-hour trip to the beach as I'm sitting here busting my ass, barely making it by. It's like, what the fuck? And then the rich people, the people at the top of the chain, they sit on their ass. They don't do anything. They get fat paychecks from me because I'm making the money. So the only people that work is the people in the middle. And I see it bullshit. We're modern day slaves. That's pretty much my outlook on life. It's pretty bullshit of everything they're doing. You know, no matter what you do, you're kind of stuck with it. But yeah, that's why I normally, whenever people talk to me about shit, I normally, like, I just let shit go, because I'm like, well, I get too worked up about shit. Like, You see way too much corruption. It's sad. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's like here in America. It's not. I don't think it's as bad as you guys with like. We got a lot of Burmese and shit like that. You kind of have some Muslims, but you don't really see them as often. Not where I'm from. It depends on what side of town you go to.
Well, if you walked out of my front door, you're guaranteed to see about 10 in the space of 2 minutes.
No, here, if I walk outside my door, I'll see nothing but white people.
There's only me, my parents cross road, somebody on the corner of the street, and then another person on here that are actually white. The rest of them are all Muslim.
Yeah.
Now, does it depend on like where you live or what they are?
It's pretty much like that throughout the whole UK, though.
No, they're all
Holy
Muslims
shit.
here.
Wow.
If you live in Manchester, you've got Chinese, Jews, and probably Muslims and other nationalities. London is just overrun with every nationality going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over here, it's
so bad.
There is some areas though where the areas are that rough that there's no way Muslims are going to get in there unless they own like the corner shop. That's the only way the Muslims are going to get in there. But there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that in them sort of areas, there's no way that Muslims would be able to move in without having their house set on fire or something by whites because then them areas are so rough.
Yep.
So there is them sort of areas, but I mean, as a white person, like, I wouldn't want to move to them areas because they're rough. Even though they're all white people there, like they're that rough. I'd be scared of walking out at front door because they're just gonna come over and smash a gate for nothing. And yeah, they party all day, blast music, get drunk, start fights, smash windows.
Out here, it's mostly like by race. So over in my neighborhood, it's pretty much all white. I live in like a middle class. You go over to the south side of my town, it's Fort Wayne. You go to the south side of Fort Wayne, and it's all black in one area. Then you got all Mexicans in the other area. Then you got Muslims in this area. So pretty much we're all in our own areas. Now, if you see me go over there into the hood, like we call it the hood, with the blacks, if I go walking down the road, I'm definitely gonna get jumped. Like, it's no-brainer. We actually lived over there when I was growing up. That's the cheapest part of town. So we lived over there while I was growing up. I was jumped probably about 10 to 12 times while growing up. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy because I'm the youngest of 8, so I know how to fight, but it still sucked constantly fighting people. You didn't know if they were going to bring knives, guns, and shit like that. It was crazy.
When you've got like 10, 15 guys twatting you, there's not a lot you can do because you can't cover all them punches.
Exactly. No. And that's pretty much what it was you get about 15 motherfuckers.
Yep.
But they don't do that to each other. They only do those that walk down that road.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me.
Like, it's crazy because they know that you're not from there, so they're like, alright, this white boy's in the wrong place. And so you get jumped for no fucking reason.
What's the Bronx like then in New York?
Rough as fuck.
I really haven't been there. I try to stay away from Chicago and New York because of that issue. You never know what's gonna happen. Like, I try to stay away from the humongous
awesome
places.
Though. It looks like a really nice place.
Like, I go upstate New York, 4 hours away from New York City, but I think New York is probably way too corrupted. Like, with everything going on there, I don't think I would want to go. Not only that, the bigger the cities that you go to, the more you'll get you'll get scammed also. Like, there's so many people you get pickpocket and shit like that. Fuck that. Like, yeah, when I went to Boston, Boston's pretty big. It's not as big as New York, but it's a humongous city. It's real beautiful, but when I was there, I had my hands on my pocket the whole time. I was on the bus and stuff like that, so nobody would steal my shit.
Where was that? Boston?
Yeah,
where
in Boston.
King lives.
Yeah.
King, have you been pickpocketing?
No.
No.
Which part of Boston do you live in?
Huh? I don't
Which
live
part
in
of Boston?
I live an hour away from Boston.
Have you been to like
an hour
Summersville?
away.
Yeah.
You like know all that area? That's where I was taking the train at. I didn't trust any of those motherfuckers, especially with my cousin, because himself is a pickpocketer. So I don't trust people. Hell, bigger cities, I stay the fuck away. Like, that's how you lose your shit. Fuck that. You don't trust taxi drivers either. Those taxi drivers, no matter where you're at, they're gonna fuck you. What they normally do is they'll drive around a few blocks without you noticing, because you're new to the town. You only take taxi if you don't know where you're at, and so they'll take and loop around a few blocks to get extra money off you. Fuck that. But yeah, New York. Crazy. I'm never going to New York City. Fuck that place. It's not worth it.
It looks nice, though.
It does.
Looks really nice. But I guess it's the people that are there, though. It's not the city. It's the people that's there, people that's in it.
I mean,
which is a shame, really, because it looks like a really nice place.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's in Chicago. I hear Chicago's as bad too. I go to Indy. Indy's a big city, but not that big. I don't mind walking around there. You're not like like if you're shoulder to shoulder, I wouldn't trust it. Fuck that. Like, cause I don't know if you guys know how the pickpocket works. Somebody walks into you, like they're walking towards you. They walk into you and bump you with their shoulder, as the other person is walking behind you. And as soon as you feel the vibration on your shoulder of somebody hitting you, the other person's pulling the wallet out the pocket, because you can't really feel that small vibration compared to the bigger one. So yeah, fuck all that. I'm staying away from big cities.
Is all of America all like what you see in films? Like when you see films, is all like sandland and roads that have got no buildings for miles, no garages for miles? Is that a real thing?
It depends on where you're at. Like we would call it the country. Here in Indiana, you got the country to where there's no, like, you won't find towns for probably hours. You can be out there in the middle of nowhere for 2 to 3 hours. You'll find like one random house out there, or 2 houses out in the middle of nowhere. But here in Indiana, it's all grass and corn. You go towards like Mexico, Arizona, that's all sand, really, desert, nothing grows there. You go out towards Boston, Boston's beautiful, the ocean and everything. That's just amazing place. Boston is known for like the snow. New York and Boston, it's known for having blizzards in the winter. You don't want to be a part of that. Indiana, we're all like below us, is all known for tornadoes. You go over to California area, that's the wildfires. You go down towards Mexico, you have monsoons, you have sand storms. So pretty much no matter where you live, you have something. You just gotta figure out which one you can deal with. Where I live right now, we probably only seen like probably about 1 or 2 tornadoes in the last like 12 years. That's pretty good. I don't know if you guys have tornadoes.
No, we don't.
Well,
Sean seems to think. Yeah, but they're not like.
The one in Birmingham, where in 2012.
Sean seems to think that tornadoes rip the roof off. Kill people.
They don't rip the fucking roof off.
They will rip your fucking roof off.
The summer America had so many, and it killed all them people. They were having tornadoes popping up fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
you can have. We don't have that.
You can have a big tree. The tornado can pick up a tree and throw that fucking thing, It can throw a toothpick through a barn wall. Like, these things are fucking powerful.
I wouldn't want to be involved with one of them anyway.
No, you don't.
We don't have that.
But
Wait,
what
okay.
people in that area, they have storm shelters. What it is there's a hole in the ground that they put like pretty much they cement kind of little hole. You got doors, and if you go underground, the tornado doesn't affect you. It only affects what's on top of the ground. So, it can run right across your doors. It'd probably rip the doors off if the doors aren't concealed, like, completely on there all the way. But other than that, you're safe. But
have you experienced
actually,
one
I seen.
bad?
No, I had one tornado cross a bridge down the street from my house. There was no cars or anything like that around, so luckily it only ripped up trees. And then the same year, well, the same day, there's a tornado on the other side of town that tore up like 2 stores and then ripped up 2 big-ass trees out of my aunt's yard and kind of tossed them to the ground. So we had to go over there and cut up like all the trees in their neighborhood. Their neighborhood looked like a fucking mess. It was horrible. It looked like it's kind of odd. I don't know how to explain it. Normally we would say it looked like a tornado in a trailer park, but it was just a mess. It was so horrible. There was trees all over the fucking place, power lines down. You don't want to be a part of the tornado. But everywhere you go, you have something bad. The blizzard sucks balls. The tornadoes suck. The wildfires suck. The monsoon sucks. No matter where you go, you're gonna have something. You just gotta decide which one you can deal with.
And you can deal better with a tornado.
Yeah, luckily for where we're at, we got like 2 tornadoes in the last like 10 years. Now the people below us, they are called Tornado Valley. They get like 10 to 12 tornadoes a year.
Damn.
So I'm lucky. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm lucky where I'm at. Like, what it is they've been looking into building a wall over next to the mountains, which would prevent the fucking the winds from blowing the fucking heat into the valley. That's what they're talking about doing, is building some walls so it doesn't happen that often, but they still haven't done it. So until then, there's still going to be a shit ton of tornadoes killing a bunch of people. But that's pretty much how it works out here. There's a bunch of deadly ways, like ways to die, but it happens. What do you guys have? Anything crazy? I know you guys got a shit ton of rain.
Yeah, rain, and just that's about it.
Lucky.
But we did have a tornado in Manchester, but it weren't a powerful one.
No, it was very,
ones,
very small. It didn't rip anything up or out, did it, Sean?
No, the only powerful one I know of is what hit Birmingham in 2012.
Yeah, they can be fucking crazy.
2012, something like that. But that trashed literally everywhere.
Yeah, they could tear through a house easily. They'll rip up a block of houses quicker than shit. And a thing about a tornado, you don't know where it's gonna go. That's the crazy thing. It can land on the ground. That's why they say don't chase it.
Yeah, but then it can just change direction.
Yeah, it can change directions in under a few seconds. So you could be chasing it, and now next thing you know,
I definitely won't be chasing it.
There's people that do. They got,
do it.
yeah, and you'll see storm chasers throughout the town. Like, you'll see them all over the highways traveling towards the fucking place that's about to have storms. But we get tornadoes during the summer because it's pretty much the cold and the heat mixing together. In the winter, we're all pretty decent. The only thing we get really in the winter is the ice, and it gets really fucking cold. Recently, we had negative 50 degrees out this past year.
Yeah.
That shit was cold as hell. You don't go outside in that. Fuck that.
Nope, you'll die if you went outside in that shit.
Yeah, just a couple of seconds will fuck you over.
Yeah.
Ray sounds knackered now.
Yeah,
he does.
I'm so freaking tired. But yeah, if you guys ever get a chance to check out America, like, it's well worth it. I would say we would love to go over there, but that fuck airplanes. My wife already said it. Fuck that shit.
Our country's a shithole anyway.
Airplanes are fucking scary as shit.
See, I don't mind planes, but now it's quite scary when you think of all the attacks, the bombings, and how many planes go missing. Like, there's a lot of planes that have set off from airports in the UK. Yeah, and they've gone in the water, and people. No, that it's scary. Like, I have been on planes and stuff, and they've never bothered me, but and stuff when I was a bit younger, but it never bothered me. I weren't scared. But now every time you turn on the news or look in the newspaper, a plane, sorry, from the UK has gone missing, or
fuck that.
Like there's been a bombing, or it's just scary. Recently, we haven't actually heard that much about any going missing. I think there were one a few months ago that went missing. But recently there hasn't been any. There were a phase where a lot of planes were going missing at once. But at the minute, it don't seem too bad at the minute. I mean, my nana's just gone to Spain. She's on her way back today from Spain. With my nephew, she went, and she's on her way back today. Like, she don't care. She's flying abroad 2 times a year on planes. They don't bother her.
My in-laws fucked that shit up. What they did was they knew that we were going to Arizona, and they knew we were gonna fly in an airplane. So every time I went over their house to help them out with something, I walk in and they have fucking airplane wrecks on their fucking TV, and I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, like there's like, oh well, this happened. Like, the safest place to sit on an airplane is right here. I'm like, don't be showing me this shit. What the fuck? Like, and they're like, and then like when I got to work, I told one of my coworkers that I was gonna be traveling an airplane. He said, oh, he said, just don't look out the window at the wings. He said, because when you look at it, you'll kind of notice like the wings kind of bend and flop. He said it's not gonna snap off, but it looks scary as shit. And I'm like, oh sweet. And he said, you know the pop rivets, like they got little screws. He said those things really get you going because you see those pop out. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the hell are you guys doing here? And then,
shit you up.
Yeah, and then before, like I said, before I started watching you guys stream, I had so much, like, you guys see how much time I have to watch YouTube. Like, so I was watching videos about everything. I know about the tanks, like, I know about all kinds of different tanks, how they were built and shit like that, which ones were the first one built. And so then I was like, you know what? I can't learn any more about tanks, so I'm going to learn about airplanes. Well, they say that on average here in America, the airplanes, during the summer months, they lose about 3 of their engines out of, I think it was 6, to birds. Yeah, and guess what? We were going there in the summer. It just happened to be the same months that shit normally happens. What the fuck? Like, and then
cancelled me.
Yeah, then when we get there, if you guys remember, Andy said they got on the radio. They said, all right, we'll be landing in 10 minutes, and we're like, oh hell yeah! And then we get there, and you see the airport out the window, and you can kind of feel the airplane tilt down, and out of nowhere it started pointing back up, and then you hear the fucking motors just kick the fuck on, and you just take the fuck off. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? We were up there 45 minutes. Shit. And we're just flying in circles, and it's like, what? Are we about to die? Like, what's going on? Like, and
yeah, because
finally,
yeah. Did they not even tell you on the antenna?
No, they tell you after, so they don't make you panic. Well, it makes you panic though. They don't understand that.
Make you panic more.
Yeah, so when they land, they say, oh, just to let you guys know, we were having issues with our wing flap, our landing gear wasn't coming out, so we had to do our checklist, and we weren't sure how things were going to go, so just welcome to Arizona. And I'm like, oh, thanks, motherfuckers, I still got to go home.
Yeah.
And so when I first got there, I was no lie. So you're supposed to enjoy your trip. I was sitting there like, do we like rent a car right now and just drive home? Like it'd be like 24 hours. Yeah, like it would have been like 24 hours to drive. No, I think 28 hours to drive from there to home. I'm like, if we leave now, we can make it back before I have to go to work. Like that's the shit I was thinking about on the trip. I'm like, I don't want to get back in the fucking airplane. And then we get back in the airplane. The first one, not bad. Not bad at all. We fly to Vegas, and we're sitting there, we're waiting on our next airplane. We get in it, and as soon as we get close to our fucking like state, all of a sudden like the goddamn airplane looked like a stick, like you're about to snap it over your fucking kneecap. The front half is bent down, the back half's bent down, and the middle straight. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you're just shaking, bouncing up and down, jerking. Like if you didn't have your seatbelt on, your head was gonna hit the ceiling. Fuck that. I'm done. Not flying again. Never see me up there again. Andy, she looks at me. She says, well, I think if we really have to, we'll probably get you back on an airplane. We'll fly back up. No, fuck no. I'll take a month off. I'll drive out there. If you want to take an airplane, you take off the week. You fly. I'll drive. Like I'll meet you there. No way in hell you're gonna find me in that fucking airplane. That's death. Nuh-uh. So yeah, I'm done with that shit. Never again. She's like, don't, you can't be a wuss. I said, no, it's not being a wuss. I'm smart. That's what that is. I ain't dealing with that shit. I don't know. I don't understand it because people say, oh, well, it won't happen to me. But we just had a famous race car driver. His airplane just wrecked not too long ago. Like, fuck that. If his airplane can wreck, mine can too.
Exactly.
Shit. I don't trust it. Yeah,
I don't
you guys will.
full stop.
Well, and that's what I told my wife. I said, we'll probably never leave the country unless it's to Canada.
Why is Canada close to you?
Oh yeah, it's probably a 7-hour drive.
No, it's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Have you been Canada then?
No, not yet. I've been border, like
nice.
I've been super close to it. Pretty much, my family lives up next to the border. When we go to New York, we drive past Niagara Falls. Well, we don't drive directly past it. We drive past the exit, which is right there next to Canada. So there's multiple times where we can just like, all right, let's go to Canada. But we haven't done it yet. We're really thinking about it though.
Looks nice, Canada.
Fuck yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. I want to leave the country at some point and check shit out, but no way in hell I'm climbing in no fucking airplane. And then no way in hell I'm getting on a boat either. I know about those pirates. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, them pirates fucking hijacking him.
Yep. No way in hell. Somalian pirates
on a boat.
Yep. You won't ever catch me. I don't like boats. I fish in a boat. I don't mind that shit. I go in a fucking boat any day of the week. But I don't trust no goddamn pirates. Yeah.
Not when you're in international waters and they're kidnapping you.
Yeah, fuck that. They do whatever the hell they want. No way in hell. Because even I watched a documentary about that, and the guy that got kidnapped, the government said that they weren't even trying to get him back. Like they weren't gonna pay the fucking fee for him. The pirates figure that we're Americans and they can get as much money as they can out of us. So they tell our government, well, we want $1 million for this guy. The government's like, no way in hell we're gonna pay you $1 million. Oh, alright, so we're just gonna kill him? Paying you $1 million, so that's your answer. Well, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
If it was somebody who were famous, they'd pay it.
Exactly my point. If it was the fucking president himself, they would pay it. Well, they wouldn't even pay it. They'd bomb everybody.
Yeah, they'd just go and get him back.
Yeah, they would go get him, but nope, they just left him over there. Like, that's fucked up. The guy was over there for like 6 to 8 years. His family finally raised half the money that they were asking for. The pirates came down on it because they figured that's the only money they're getting from it. So instead of paying $20 million, the lady had to pay $1 million, and she didn't even have that money. She borrowed it from a bunch of people. So that
See,
sucks.
I watched that fucking film where Tom Hanks plays that cruise ship fucking dude, and they kidnap him, then pirates.
Yeah.
That's a good film because that's true story, isn't it? That.
I don't know. I watch all, like, Andy hates it. All I do is if I'm not playing video games, I'm watching documentaries. I don't like watching real TV. Like, it's too boring for me. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much. The guy's gonna get the girl in the end. There's gonna be a little bit of laughing. And that's pretty much what it is. I kind of solved every movie right there, except for the Titanic. Well, the one guy died. But that was a true story, so they couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't make that up.
That's a sad film, that.
Yeah. But here in America, I bet that shit kind of happens in the fucking, you guys know about I forgot about the, freaking tsunamis and shit like that. What is that called? The hurricanes, that's what it was, the hurricanes. They say that's what Americans would be doing in the hurricanes with the doors. You can climb on your front door and ride it through the water. It's, Titanic all over again, poor Jack.
Oh.
He's drowning in the river water. So, but I guess I better climb off here. I'm ready for bed.
Alright then.
It was nice talking to you guys off a stream.
Yeah. A little podcast there. If we were streaming, it'd have been a little podcast.
Right? Well, I said we always catch each other on stream. We never get to talk off stream. But that's why I was telling Sean earlier, I remember the one day I messaged you and said, if I was you, I'd put girl in front of my, like, title.
Yeah.
The only reason why is Andy's takeovers. Her first takeover, I planned it. I wanted to see what would happen. And to tell you the truth, I got a big reaction from it. I got more views on that one video than I did some of my other ones.
Why? Because it had girl in the title?
Yeah, it's because it had wife. Yeah. If you put girl in the title, you're going to get so many people viewing your channel. Like, viewing. And what that does is that I understand you're going to get creeps. But if you got creeps, like, I got that gay kid, Cameron. Like, we're going to get creeps no matter what. But that's kind of how I see it. That's the only reason why I decided. I told Andy, I said, how about you try a takeover? And it went well, and now she just keeps doing takeovers, and I'm not pissed off at her because I'm still getting a hell of a lot of likes, and I'm getting a lot of views, and it just...
Yeah.
Or the husband versus wife, that goes big too. Because they like to see that we're against each other.
So why don't you and Andy do like both of your channels? Because then, if you both made it on YouTube, you'd both get paid.
Yeah, well, and that's what I've been talking to her about. She's
so
not
you both
as...
don't need to work.
Well, that's where I'm talking to her about, like, but she's not into the video games as much as I am. Like, I got her into it back when the Call of Duty, like, way back when, and then she fell out of it for a little while, and, like, I'm trying to get it back into it. So everybody's against me streaming from where I'm at, like, my brothers and shit like that. Like, they're like, oh, I don't know why you waste your time, and it's like, y'all say that now.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's
you
like,
say that now, but it's
if we make it
a
big,
different story when we're big.
Yeah, it's like you guys, like, they don't understand that, and I'm gonna tell them when they're like, hey, how about I start a YouTube channel and you help me out? Fuck you. Like,
yeah, you didn't believe in me. That's what you need to say.
Yeah, like, you were against it. So you guys will see. There'll be some times where I'm not streaming, but I'm playing, and most of the time it's probably with my brothers. I don't stream on Monday morning because one of my brothers that absolutely hates me streaming, who's like, are you streaming? I'm like, nah, I'm not streaming. Alright, I don't want to be in your stream. Wait, whatever, dude. So pretty much when it comes to them, I don't stream with them.
You should just put him in it, it'd be hilarious.
Oh, dude, he would be super pissed. I already pissed him off.
I would watch it, it'd be funny.
Well, me and Iron Lungs, we pissed them off easily. When we were playing Grand Theft Auto, you get the jets in it. And we were really good at flying the jets. But me and his mind, we're cousins. We hang out an awful lot. Like, we think the same shit. Like, you'll hear us sit there and laugh, and we didn't say anything. We pretty much have the same goddamn thing on our mind at constant. So when we take off in those jets, we kept taking off and hitting each other on accident. Like, we were doing the same maneuvers at the same time, just smacking into each other. And they're like, what the fuck? And we just start laughing because we thought it was funny. It's like, holy shit, that was by accident that we keep doing this.
Yeah.
We had to restart the mission 5 times because we kept hitting each other. Right? You got all that open space in the air, and it's just us fucking colliding. Like, dude, that was funny shit.
Did that piss your brother off?
Yo, definitely, dude. They were like, are you fucking kidding me? What the hell, guys? Stop playing around. And it's like, dude, we're not playing. They're like, well, why are you laughing? It's like, because it's funny shit. Like, it's like that kind of shit happens to us daily. The stuff that you guys see on Sniper Elite, I don't, like, make that shit up. It just happens. Like, that's why I started streaming is because I do stupid shit all the time. On accident. Like...
I'd be doing the same thing. I get what you're saying. My family was the same way when I started my Twitch 4 years ago. They're like, oh, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna do nothing on it.
Yeah, and it's
And then
everything I do is by accident.
money.
So I'm like, I better start streaming this shit so I can save it. Yeah. And so I started using it to save my video clips, and now I'm like, well, I'm starting to get more subs. So, I mean, it's not gonna hurt if I start swinging for the subs.
Exactly.
Like, so that's what got me into it.
Supportive.
Yeah.
The only one that's supportive is really Andy and Tony, my wife and cousin.
What about your mum and that though?
No, they're not. They don't get into it. Yep. Yeah.
Sean's family's supportive, his mum and that.
Pretty much what it is I'm from a working class. Like they don't believe that you can get money from video games and shit like that.
Hey, you know what to say to him? That PewDiePie said, just go and look up PewDiePie. You can't get money. That guy gets 16 million a fucking year.
Yeah, and that's what I keep
Plus
telling
all
him about.
The other shit.
Like Ninja, 500,000 a fucking month.
Yeah, then now you've got that Mr. Beast who's on shitload of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy were paying people to go and subscribe to that PewDiePie. So, and he could go into a Lamborghini dealership and buy a fucking Lamborghini. So it tells you all, if you can get big, the money's there.
And that's what I keep telling everybody.
There's some people that have actually had jobs, they've actually worked. And, I mean, Dashi, I don't know if you're watching Dashi Games.
No.
He's on 4 million subscribers. He used to work in, what Ritty said, Sean, a convenience store.
Yeah.
He worked in a convenience store, and like he had a little apartment, a little flat thing, and he had all hand-me-downs off his sister and that. He says in his videos when he uploads, now he's on 4 million subscribers and he does YouTube full time.
Yeah,
because that pays his wages. He's managed to buy his own house, his own car. You know, he's done really well for himself through YouTube. So I'm guessing up there, the more your wages go up off YouTube. So
definitely.
You can actually turn YouTube into a full-time job. Like there's a British girl that I watch, but she doesn't do gaming. She does like a vlog channel sort of thing, and she quit her job to go and do YouTube full-time. And she said the only reason why I do YouTube full-time and why I quit my job is because 1, I fucking hated my job.
Yep.
And 2, I get paid enough off YouTube, off what I do on YouTube and sponsors and stuff like that, to be able to survive.
Well, and that's what I told Andy. I've been into a mix of thinking about starting one other YouTube channel, and that's because I grew up. I'm the youngest of 8, and us growing up, we didn't have anything. We lived fucking poor. Like we were so poor, it wasn't even funny. My dad was the only one working. And so all my clothes was for my older brothers. Like it was all hand-me-downs. And so pretty much what I'm at now of making the $23 an hour it's like lucky. Like I never thought I would ever make that kind of money, and that's not much to a lot of people, but to me, I didn't even know what a restaurant was until I was 18. I didn't know what McDonald's was, or Arby's, or I didn't know what any of that was. You didn't get it. We were eating bologna sandwiches and hot dogs for most of our life. So
there's not wrong with the hot dogs. I like the hot dogs.
No, but when you eat it every day, it's like it's the same, and that's how it was.
Start to get bored of it.
Yeah, the eight kids, you're gonna feed them hot dogs, lunch, breakfast, dinner. It sucked.
You gotta do what you can to survive.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where my dad got us to, and so ever since I got this job, I'm able to afford a lot more stuff because I live within my means, and Mr. Beast kind of got me thinking, I don't want to do the whole handing out money. That's just a little too much. But the crazy thing is, I want to help people out, but I don't want to do it that way. And I don't want to start a YouTube channel and make people think that I'm doing it just to feel better about myself. Well, feel better about myself. Like, I want to do a pay it forward kind of YouTube channel. What I used to do is sandbags. Like anytime people's house would flood because of the too much rain, we would go. Me and my family, we would go and sandbag other people's houses. We didn't have that problem. We didn't have any river that was flooding our house. We were sandbagging for everybody else, and that's the kind of stuff I want to YouTube is like get groups of people that actually go out and do stuff to make better place. You know what I mean? Like to help people out. Yeah. And it's not that I want to showboat of how cool of a person I am. It's if I can start small and work my way up, I can get more people to do it, and that's what I think would be the best. Is instead of me just doing the videos, I would have everybody else sending me their videos, and I can edit them and put their videos up for that week. Even though I'll still be out doing that kind of work, I can still use their videos to post what they're doing. So it's pretty much a shout out to all the subs that's helping out. That's where I want to go. Like, I think that would be cool as hell.
Yeah, when I started streaming, my biggest thing is the supporting everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, if you guys notice, that's why I support everybody. You'll see me in all your guys' streams. Like, that's what you gotta do. You gotta help everybody out. It's not like I'm just trying to make it for myself. That ain't how I work. But that's where Tommy Hawk fucked up, because that's the kind of guy I am. I try to help everybody, but I'm not.
Is he not being paid off YouTube, him though? Because of how many subscribers he's got?
No, not yet. But this is what it is. You gotta have 4,000 hours of view time to start getting paid. And that's why I told you I would put the girl in front of your name. Well, not in front of your name, but in front of your titles of every game you play. The more view time you can get, the faster you get the money. You need 4,000 hours a year.
Yeah, right now I'm almost at 3,000.
Yeah.
And I'm only at 100.
At 4,000.
And I'm only at
12,000 hours or minutes?
No, 4,000
minutes. You need 4,000 minutes, watch time minutes, and 1,000 subs.
Yeah, I'm at what they at? 3,810.
Yeah, you're almost there. Then you just need that 1,000 subs.
So
Sean just needs 1,000 subs. Sean's had like 8,000 watch hours already. Watch minutes, sorry.
I did get a lot of watches though when I was doing that Alien.
Well, no,
like
I was getting
people coming.
Where I was getting all my views from and where I got all my subs from. I went from 20-something subs all the ways up to 150 off of that one giveaway that I did.
Oh yeah, because people love giveaways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still me helping other people out because How
do you actually promote one of them giveaways though to get new people?
Put it in your title.
So this is what you do: is you would put it in your title, you would put it inside of your tags, and then what you would do is you would post it to your Facebook. You would share it, pretty much share it a day or two before you do it, saying that you're doing a giveaway on this game. and it has to be a relevant game, kind of like this new Call of Duty that's coming out. A lot of people, what they're doing is they bought the Call of Duty, they got that to where they can pay for $5 for the passes, and they were giving away those passes for $5. So that's pretty much what you got to do, is you want to have a low amount that you're giving away, so
like me, I used to, like when I used to do my Twitch, I used to do $20 PSN card giveaways and get mad people.
And this is how you do it. Instead of just narrowing it down to PSN, narrow it down to gift cards in general. It could be between PSN, Xbox. Don't buy the cards right away. The only reason why I say that is I understand. Well, I this sounds kind of shady at first, but where I'm going with what I'm saying, so you don't buy the gift cards at first. That way, everybody can win it. It can be somebody on the PlayStation. It can be somebody on the Xbox. It can be somebody on the PC or their phone. It's not like you're like, all right, I only have one PS4 card, so only the PlayStation 4 people can win.
Yeah, I only did that because most of my, when I did stream on Twitch, most of my followers were PS4 players, so it's like you got to figure out what your followers and subscribers, what they play and stuff like that.
But where I'm going with it is you can open it up to everybody if you don't buy it right away. And this is what you do when you take and they win that giveaway. They give you their name, like their, pretty much you can do email address, or you can have them hit you up on Twitter. And what you do is then from there, you can take and buy whichever card they want, and you record you giving it to them. That reaction, and you do that to multiple people, you get their reaction, and you can make a montage of the reactions before your giveaway. That would get you a lot of views, a shit ton of views, because people don't even think that giveaways are so legit. They're like, no, that's not legit. People don't really give stuff away. Yeah. But if you can show that you actually have, and that's why Tommy Hawk's pissed off, is because I have a lot more ideas than just that one that would get a lot of views. It's just right now I'm broke as hell because of the strike. Right. But I mean, here soon, me and Tony, I already got a lot of plans for us, and like I said, I don't mind adding anybody into my plans.
Yo,
my ideas.
Quick question for you. I plan to do a podcast this weekend. You want in?
When? What time?
I don't know. You got to tell me your schedule. So I know.
And
probably like Saturday.
And what is it?
Podcast. We just talk about
like
anything.
About anything.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about race, religion. Stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
No.
All right, when we're talking in private, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely. No, I would never. You'd never find me saying anything about that on.
Yeah.
I'm really good at reading people. Like, I'm good at telling the kind of people that I'm talking to. So, I kind of knew the way you guys were leaning before I even said what I said. So.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in it, into the podcast deal. But if you like, I think I would need to figure like what I would want to talk about. I don't want to just swing at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I like to write things out if I'm gonna talk for a decent amount of time.
Anybody can shoot ideas, and we could talk about whatever.
I like it.
Well, Ray probably needs to get some sleep.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want, we can go further into this detail. I like it.
Well, what time are you getting up there? In my time.
Shit, I don't know.
Now? What time are you at?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's 20 past 8 in the
3:17.
morning here, so what time roughly you'll be awake? Before you go to work if you're coming on?
Probably 9 or 10, so that'd be about... I know you guys are 5 hours ahead of us, right?
That's
Yeah,
like
5 hours
3,
ahead.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
My time. Well, we could talk about it then, if you're on. Set up a
Yeah,
party.
definitely.
Well, when you're on, if you message me, I think King might be on. I'm not sure if he'll be at work though.
No, I'll be here.
Alrighty.
I don't got work tomorrow.
I'll hit you guys up.
We can talk about it then.
Well, y'all have a good morning and a good night.
Okay.
You too, mate.
Alright, peace out.
Peace out.
See you later.
See ya.
Oh, I'm the party owner now. Ebony's mark's muted.
Yeah, she might have to leave and join the party again.
It's gone grey, a finger. And it's got an X on it. Yeah, she's probably gonna have to leave and join. But yeah, that would have been a real podcast for you there, King.
Mhm.
That was just about everything and anything. So you're going to be on in a few hours then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to jump off now, get some jobs done. But I'll probably
Alright.
leave the PS4 on to charge my paddock because literally it's flashing that it's going to die.
Alright.
Yeah, King said you need to leave and rejoin, that's why. That's why we're doing that. Right. I will see you later on, Kingland, when we talk about ideas for the podcast.
Alright.
Ebony said, see you later, King.
See you later.
He said, see you later. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, pal.
Alright.
They'll keep a sharp watch here. need something?
Cursed bandits stole my papyrus. Do you have any idea how expensive it is, Mistios? I can't afford more. And the guards do nothing about these malakas.
So you want me to gut every single bandit?
Every last one of them must be slain.
You haven't heard? That's already been taken care of. By me.
The gods favored me the day we met. Take these for your trouble, Mistios.
I always finish what I've started. The watch will be vigilant here. I saw the note you posted. What's the matter?
There was a transport ship due to arrive in port. The military consulted me for a good omen before it left. It should have been safe.
So what happened to the ship?
Well, I heard it was sunk by a captain who looked a lot like you. I'm sure you had your reasons, but the infantry needs the supplies that are deep in shark-infested waters.
And you're asking me to get it for you?
No. Hunting the beasts down is the only answer. Make sure you get all of them.
All right, I'm in.
By Zeus, that's a relief.
Here.
Get out of that cage, knight!
Are these people harassing you?
Harassing him? We're his parents!
I told you, mother. This is for your protection.
Protection? From what, exactly?
He just got back from Delphi. Spoke with the Oracle. Been out of his mind ever since.
She revealed my prophecy. My mind has never been more clear. She said I would do unspeakable things to my parents. That Mother's blood would stain the earth. And Pater would scream to the gods in agony.
Oracles and prophecies do more harm than good. You should listen to your gut. What are you doing?
Listening to my gut. And it's telling me my parents will suffer if you don't help me.
Here we go.
You could save my parents from my vicious wrath.
You don't have a vicious bone in your body.
Quiet, Pater. Me and the Missios are talking. My sword and shield. Gifts from Mater and Pater. We must return them to my parents, so they can defend themselves from my ferocious temper.
All right, Supidio. I'll get these weapons for you. For a price.
Of course. My parents will gladly pay you for your troubles.
What?
What?
Seek out Costa, the village blacksmith. I brought him the sword to be sharpened not too long ago.
And the shield?
This will be trickier. I'll explain when you return from the blacksmith.
Can't wait.
It's for your own good.
You are being superstitious.
You mustn't free me. These ropes are the only thing. My parents... These mistakes.
Eros on Earth. My name is Costa, at your service.
Alexios.
Whatever you need, name it, it's yours. I could bend some metal for you.
I'm looking for...
Ah, superior.
Yes.
And I'd love...
Give me the sword, and I'll make this a day you'll never forget.
Oh, I just... that would make every dream I've ever had come true. There's just one
flowers, and you'll give me the spear. I mean, sword. I mean, don't go anywhere.
Bring me Aphrodite's flowers, and I'll give you what you want. Bring me Aphrodite's flowers, and I'll give you.
Alright everyone, make sure you check the links down below. Go check them out, they're all good streamers. A couple streamers on Twitch. 2 on YouTube. Make sure you drop that like, subscribe. Ending the stream and starting up with another one. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for stopping by. Thank you.